up everyone and welcome to a super exciting video because I am going to be doing a personal Q&A where I asked you guys on Insta, what do you want to know about me? Which I have not done in so long because the last Q&A I did, I said this just all has to do with my work. Just ask me everything you want to know about work. This one, I'm going to just stray away from work. So if you want to know who the heck I really am, keep watching. First one, how do you stay in shape and stay motivated with such a strange schedule? For everyone who knows, I work from 3 in the morning to 11:30 in the morning, so very weird hours, but it's actually just the best thing ever because I get out at 11:30. That means there are no excuses for me not to go to the gym. That doesn't mean that I go to the gym every single day. Like, I will make excuses, but there really are no excuses. Like, it's so easy for me to just get up and get at it, get to the gym. However, finding an eating routine that works, something I still haven't gotten around to do because it's very hard. But overall, my motivation for being fit, for being healthy is just the way it makes me feel. When I have lazy days, when I decide to just not eat healthy, like, I feel not good. However, I love having a balance, so that's what I strive to do. Another thing said, where was it? How do you manage to have a social life with your schedule? That is a challenge because I am exhausted at nighttime and people want to do things on weekdays after dinner. No, that's not going to happen. I have to sleep, okay? And there's nothing I value more than my sleep. That's just facts. Really, it's just all about making an effort, like taking naps when I can. And if you want to hang out with someone, if you want to have a social life, you're going to make it happen. It might not happen in the same way as other people's necessarily, but you can make it happen. And I do make it happen. I do. Yes, guys, have a social life. I promise I don't just sit on my camera, but in front of my camera all day. I do have, yeah, okay, we're good. Do you feel like you make enough money from your job to pay for all of your expenses? That is a good question because I always think I am like so content with my money right now. I don't make a lot of money. That's one thing. If you're starting out in the news industry, you're not gonna make a lot of money. But I'm so like content with my savings and how I spend, but I definitely want to make more money in my next job. That's a goal of mine, especially when you consider buying a house, having a family, that type of thing. So it's weird. It's like I'm very, very content right now and I'm going to try to live as responsibly as I can. I'm not going to make frivolous purchases. And if you are going to the news industry, be prepared to not be balling right out of college. You know, I had friends who went into finance who were literally making double than what I make. And that's awesome, but I wouldn't be happy doing that. I would not be happy doing finance. I really would not be happy doing finance. And that's not to say there's anything wrong with finance. People who are good with numbers and can do that, I envy you because that is freaking amazing if you can enjoy that and make that much money. For me though, I've just never been a math person, so I just wouldn't have fun doing that. So be prepared to see your friends make double what you make if you're going to this industry, but also be prepared to be happier than you ever have in your life. So yeah, that's a huge trade-off. That is not even a trade-off at all for me. How is your relationship with your brother? Any advice on how to stay close when living far apart? That's a really good question. My brother and I have always had like a differing relationship throughout our years. We went from being, when we were little, like best friends, inseparable, played together all the time, to my parents at one point told us we weren't allowed to talk to each other because every conversation we had ended in a huge fight. So my dad literally would be like, you're not allowed to talk to Neil. This was when we were in high school. Then he went away to college. We didn't really talk. But when he joined the Marine Corps, we kind of started talking on the phone more and more. And now he's in North Carolina and we talk on the phone maybe like 4 times a week for anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour. I mean, we're not like close in the sense where, oh my God, I need to call Neil until I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, not that type of thing, but we talk and talk and talk. I think we're very similar in a lot of ways, but we are polar opposite in many. Okay, right now I'm gonna answer 2 common questions I get. The first one is, do you plan to extend your contract and stay in Dayton, or do you plan on moving? And the answer to that is yes, I will almost definitely be moving at the end of May, which is crazy to think about. Like, I'm not even ready to move. Like, I freaking love my life here, but I am ready to move on to a bigger market and just see another city and experience something new. Like, you know, I'm in my 20s. This is the time to move, to see new places before I settle down, have children, or whatever. I'm going to be looking for a new job, which sounds crazy. It's like, it sounds crazy to say. Like, what? It feels like yesterday I was starting this job and I literally love every person I work with. I love what I do. When I wake up in the morning, it's literally not even like, you know, I remember waking up for school every morning. You think, oh my gosh. no, like I'm not, like I don't spring out of bed with a smile, but I don't dread work. Like I don't dread going to work. So this is crazy, and this is something that I'm going to have to be thinking about, applying for a new job. The thought of that is so stressful. But I am very excited. And if you guys, do you guys have any city recommendations? Like I truly like could go anywhere. So comment down below if you have any cities, anywhere in America that you think would be a good place to live. Another reason for my moving, which goes along with the second most common question. This is the most common question. Literally every other question is, how did you meet your boyfriend? When did you meet Zach? How did you meet your boyfriend? How long have you and your boyfriend been together? Literally every other question on this thing I did on Instagram is that. So, oh, and one of them says, how did you meet your boyfriend and why are you being so secretive about him? So I'm gonna address all of this once and for now. I have been dating my boyfriend we met 7 months ago, which sounds probably like a long time to be on YouTube and to not introduce them, but I definitely am very private with relationships on here. Romantic relationships, I mean. You think about it, I've been on YouTube for so long, I've never introduced you guys to anyone. It's just my personality. But back to that. So how did we meet? We actually met through his mother. His mom actually worked at my TV station, and in November of last year, like not the past November, obviously, that just came out. In November of 2017, she randomly sent me an email one night asking if I was single. And I said, yes, I'm single, you know, why, what's up? I didn't say it like that, but you know what I mean. Wondering like, oh, like I'm guessing she's trying to set me up with someone. And then she said, well, I have a son who at the time he was 25, right now he's 26. And my first thought was, oh, no, because the odds of anything working out, oh, zero in a million. Like, especially me, I mean, not to sound weird, but I just feel like I'm a very, very picky person. I don't know, I just knew it wasn't gonna work out. So I was like, oh my gosh, like what's gonna happen when things don't work out with me and her son and like I break his heart? No, I'm kidding, but I don't know. I don't know. So I was very, very hesitant, but she sent me his number and I was like, this is even more awkward if I don't text him. So I texted him. This was November of 2017, and nothing ended up coming of that because we had plans to hang out one weekend and he never ended up texting me. So yes, it was fantastic, that rejection. Then the craziest part is, so he never ended up texting me. He said, want to hang out one weekend? I said yes, but he never followed up. The craziest part was I ended up reaching out again. So this was then in June of 2018. I waited about 7 months. Not that I waited. I wasn't like sitting by my phone waiting. I didn't think much of it. I dated other people. And then in June of 2018, I was going to Cincinnati, which Cincinnati is about an hour from Dayton, and that is where he lives. So at this time, his mom had actually left our station. She no longer worked there. My friend Carly was coming down to visit, and we were going to go to Cincinnati because it's just way more poppin' than Dayton. Didn't know anyone in Cincinnati, though, and I had never gone out in Cincinnati without, like, someone who knew the area or, like, knew where to go. I had gone out a few times there, but I was always going with someone from here. It was just me and Carly, though, so I was like, I know no one in Cincinnati, and then I was like, wait a minute. I don't know him, but I know of him. What do I have to lose? I'm gonna see if he's around this weekend. My big moment, I texted him for the second time after the rejection, and he was in Boston. So literally I was just like, wow, this is awkward. I never want to speak to this person again. So I went out in Cincinnati that night, had a wonderful night, but he ended up texting me the next week and was just like, how did you enjoy Cincinnati? I said I liked it, and then we ended up deciding to meet up that following weekend, and the rest is history. But a lot of you were asking, you know, why hasn't he done a video? Why are you being so secretive? Obviously or maybe this isn't obvious, but he's not in the TV or any of this industry. So to him, you know, it's not, cameras aren't normal. So I'm just, you know, respectful of his privacy. I think we can get him in a video, maybe a boyfriend tag, sometime soon. So if you guys want to see that, let me know. You can comment down below because I think that would be a lot of fun and I think we can get him on. But obviously you guys have seen him on my Instagram, so he's not completely secret. But yeah, that was the long-winded story of how we met, but we can go into more detail if he does end up doing the video. Another one, how much older is your boyfriend than me? Are you single? And if not, where's your boyfriend? Are you married? I'm seeing all of these questions. Okay, so my boyfriend I'm 23, he's 26. He's like 3.5 years older than me, which at first he thought was a problem. He thought I was too young, which is, I'm not. I'm so mature. Okay, no. Oh, and the reason this is relevant to the whole moving question is because ideally we will be living in the same city for the next job. My number one choice would be going to Cincinnati, but we are open to going to other places if that doesn't work out, or just because. So, you know, open to all different options. We will see. It's going to be a very stressful time, but I'm excited nonetheless. Do you see yourself moving back to your hometown? Which my hometown is Long Island, New York, and no, I don't. Which I know my mother is watching this and this pains her, but I'm sorry, I just have no interest of living there. It's so expensive for literally no reason. What? Houses here cost the same as they do on Long Island, and yet they're like 6 times less like in price. Like it's ridiculous. I don't know. I just like Midwest people also. I mean, who knows? Like I wonder what the West Coast is like. I don't know. I think it's really important though to just like not be so stuck in one place. Like to just not be afraid to just, if you want to go somewhere, go for it. Like I'm very interested in just what other places are like. I don't think I would ever have any interest in living in another country, just based, I mean, I've only been to 2 countries before, London and Ireland. I don't want to live in either of them. I don't know. I just don't want to go back home. What's the first goal you're determined to achieve in 2019? That is to get fit. I want to go to the gym multiple times a week, but not kill it in the gym. I just wanted to create the habit. Like right now, I actually have a little leg injury of a muscle, but I want to just be like in a healthy mind, healthy body, healthy food I put into it. Not 100% healthy. I like having the, you know, flexibility of being able to go out and eat sandwiches and things that aren't necessarily the best for you. But I do just want to be like healthy. Like it truly makes me feel better. So mark my words, guys. Watch me end up literally becoming the least healthy person ever, now that I said this. But whatever, I'm putting this out in the universe. I'm really gonna make an effort here. And the last question I'm gonna answer is, have you struggled with anxiety? What does it feel like to be starting your career? I think those are just 2 separate questions though. I don't think she means them to be related, but I have struggled with anxiety in my past. You know, if you've seen a couple of videos I have posted on it, when I was younger, for me though, I hear people who have anxiety, right? And the most frustrating part is they don't know why they have it. They just do. Like that is frustrating. When I had anxiety, it was over like a fear of dying when I had a near-death experience. And yet I totally like, that can't be discounted because that was literally the worst feeling in the entire world. Like an anxiety attack, oh my God, they literally ruin your life. But if there's one thing I can tell you though is that it does get better and it can get better. It feels like it's just gonna last forever and there's no solution, but it does get better. So yeah, I mean, I think almost everyone has struggled with anxiety of some sort, I've realized. When you talk with people, you realize, oh wow, like I'm not alone. There were so many people out there. So keep that in mind if you're going through that right now. And then, what does it feel like to be starting your career? Oh, to be starting like at the very beginning? It feels terrible because you're just new, you know nothing, you're constantly just feeling like an idiot. But right now, you know, I still am starting my career. I'm 23, I'm not even 2 years in. And it just feels wonderful. You know, you have the most pep in your step. You go the extra mile just because it's fun. I mean, I guess not every career is the same, but for my experience at least, I'm just excited. I'm excited to grow in my career and change different things. It's like weird because right now I'm 23, loving life, loving it. But I know that no life, no career just goes like this, right? Or like that, whatever it is. No career, it's gonna go like that, and that I'm not looking forward to. Like I think that'll suck, but it happens. I know it happens. You know, people go from the top to the bottom to the middle to the everywhere. But I'm excited. I really am excited for what life has to. I hate saying that. I don't like, that's one thing, fun fact, I don't like saying what life has to offer. I think you need to go out there and get it. So that's exactly what I plan on doing in 2019. Hope you guys enjoyed this little Q&A. If you want to know a little bit more about my personal life or just see more of me, who wouldn't want that? Just kidding, no one does probably, but if you're still watching, my social media will be linked down below. I post a ton on there, on my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook. Those are my main 3, really my only 3, yeah. Those links will be down below, so definitely be sure to check those out. But for now, I'm gonna go. That was weird. That was a weird. I'm gonna go. What? All right. Bye, guys.